Tonight we have the first speech is by one of our most advanced speakers. He already has done great public speeches, and I personally think he's going to be one of the best speakers when he goes, anywhere he goes. He has been with the club for the last 6 months. He works for Bank of America, and he's going to be doing his speech number 8, which the objective is getting comfortable with AIDS. So let's welcome Kat Coleman.
Thanks for that introduction, Art. All right, so has anyone heard of the term or phrase social location? Anyone?
Yeah.
Okay, Art, do you want me to give, you want to take a stab at what you think it means?
Yeah, usually you share where you are, depending on the application. You can do it with different applications. The most popular one is Facebook, where you post where you are, and that's what I understand for social location.
Okay, great. So that's one definition of social location, but my speech has something else in mind. Social location is one's place in society, and there's numerous factors that influence and affect one's social location. Race, gender, education, sexuality, religion. All of these factors contribute to one's social location. So tonight I'm going to touch on 3 social factors that contribute to my social location. These 3 social factors are race, religion, and my education. These factors influence and develop who I am as a person, what my behaviors are, my beliefs, and my lifestyle. Race. Race is a significant contributor to one's social location. It has a big effect on one's customs and traditions. To me, I'm a part of the white race, which is a dominant group within society. This social factor has contributed to my social location both negatively and positively, as well as the other social factors I will say tonight. On the negative side, being white, I am afforded certain white privileges just because of the color of my skin that I take for granted and oftentimes don't even realize. When I turn on the TV, I can expect to see my white race widely represented, whether it's a commercial advertising a food product, a medication. I can pretty much guarantee that more than likely I'll see someone of my own race on there. Or when I go to the grocery store and take out a magazine of a neutral audience, I can expect to see a picture of a white person on there. Another thing, another white privilege that I have is, let's say I want to go buy and get a car loan. I know that my race isn't going to work against me, against the appearance of my financial reliability. And so a professor said it best, these certain privileges is like a weightless knapsack of special provisions that I just get because of my skin color. And I view this as a negative effect to my social location. Another negative effect of my race is that being a part of this dominant group, I have a very weak sense of ethnic identity. For example, in a large group setting where there is a dominant group and then groups of minorities or other non-dominant groups, I've observed that these minorities flock to each other and they connect on a deeper level because they have a strong sense of ethnic identity. But the dominant group doesn't. But on the flip side, I have a strong pride in my national origin. being an American. And I take a lot of pride in that. And more recently, we've seen, assimilation of the Western culture abroad. People who want to mimic the American lifestyle, the language. And so this picture of these Japanese girls, all with blonde hair, kind of shows how they envy our culture. So I take pride in the fact that my Western culture and American culture is envied abroad. So my religion also contributes to my social location. I was born and raised a Roman Catholic. Number one, the most positive effect this has had on my social location is the fact that it has constructed my moral character, my values, my principles. I strive to be a Christian disciple, a Christian leader, by obeying the 10 Commandments, by being kind to others, by forgiving others, and always following the Golden Rule. A more neutral effect is my view on human life and abortion. The Catholic Church teaches that human life starts at conception, and as a result, I've had the view of a pro-life versus a pro-choice. The Catholic Church also teaches that those who commit homosexual behaviors or actions are committing sins and not children of God. Growing up being taught this, it caused me to have a very negative view on homosexuals. And this is a negative effect to my social location. But with age and wisdom, I've realized that all people are created equal, deserve the right to pursue happiness, and whether or not I agree with their lifestyle, go for it. So my religion, an example of how I've changed my social location, how I've not let it control me, is by changing my viewpoint on homosexuals, because I've conquered that limitation that was set on me. Finally, my education. We spend a lot of our younger years in school, learning, a lot of good developmental years, both educationally and socially. I went to public school for 7 years, in a school where whites were becoming a minority. This caused me to have an extremely open mind, where I didn't see prejudice at all. I was offered opportunities to experience other cultures, whether it was a kinseh or bar mitzvah or going to a gospel church on Sunday. So I feel like this positively affected my social location. When I was at public school, my in-group was a diverse set of kids, but my out-group was a group of private school kids. And after 7 years, I completely flipped and went to private school, where most of the kids were predominantly rich white people. It was kind of a culture shock, even though it was my own culture, because I wasn't used to this. And I viewed this as a negative effect to my social location, because as a result, I became more closed-minded, being around those peers, not having a diverse group of friends. So race, religion, and my education have framed who I am. So I ask all of you today to think about those factors that contribute to your social location, and to be conscious of them. Because there are certain social factors that limit us. But in the end, we have the power to be above them. Mr. Toadtmaster.